Hi there, Neil here from the Bayley-Hay team, filling in for Zach as he and his wife had a little baby girl, my first granddaughter, and he's tending to their sweet little angel. Our team has been serving the Barrie and surrounding areas for over 37 years, and we post videos about the key details and trends within the market and how it may affect you. In today's video, we want to talk to you about what's been going on with available inventory and how that may or may not be affecting the market. As usual, we're still going to share a "so this just happened" story with you. Like last month, we'll touch on the prices in the detached markets and compare them for the following cities and towns: Barrie, Orillia, Oro-Medonte, Springwater, Innisfil, Bradford, West Gwillimbury, and Newmarket. As usual, we'll finish off the video with a couple of tips for you. So this just happened. The inventory is picking up, but that's not stopping the market from bidding on the nicer homes listed on the market right now. This past week, there was a townhome listed for $649,500 and had a decent amount of square footage, 1,365 to be exact. It was a nicely finished end unit in the southwest quadrant of Barrie. There ended up being 17 offers and the home sold for $900,000, which is 38% over the asking price and amounts to $250,500 extra the homeowners ended up getting. As we get closer to spring, we're starting to see the typical spring market develop. And what I mean by that is, as the green grass begins to show, or we get close to the positive temperatures, a lot of sellers want to showcase their homes. It also lines up with families as they get closing dates after school is over for their kids. To give you an example of how this market is seeing a shift in overall inventory, if we look at Barrie detached homes in January and then over February, January had 127 total listings, February had 228. That's a 79% increase in total listings, 79%. So if you're looking to make a move, there are a lot more options for you to choose from on the market. In some instances, we're seeing one or two offers on the offer date or no offers at all, which is a huge difference to before. However, as I mentioned earlier, the hot properties that have the eye-catching features are still selling well over asking with lots of offers, so please bear that in mind. Zach Stats. For most of the videos in this series, when going over the data and stats, it has specifically been focusing on Barrie. What we'll be talking about today is Barrie prices and comparing them to the major surrounding areas. We'll look at Orillia, Springwater, Oro-Medonte, Innisfil, Bradford, West Gwillimbury, and Newmarket as well. Since we're covering quite a few areas, I'll summarize up front what we'll be looking for each of those areas. Detached homes, total number of sales that likely went into multiple offers, average sale price, and average list to sale price ratio. Now let's get into the data. First, we will look at Barrie, as that's been our main focus throughout the entire video series. As you can see in the chart on your screen, there were 165 total sales in February, with 155 homes likely going into multiple offers. The average sale price ended up at $1,074,765. And the average came out to be 13% over asking across the 165 total sales. Now we look at the northern areas, starting with Orillia and working our way back south. As you can see in the chart on your screen, there are 21 total sales in February, with 17 homes likely going into multiple offers. The average sale price ended up being $825,695. And the average came out to be 15% over asking across the 21 total sales. The next area we'll look at is Oro-Medonte. When looking at Oro and Springwater, there are properties that are quite large, which leads to higher prices typically. There are 36 total sales in February, with 25 homes likely going into multiple offers. The average sale price ended up being $1,363,046, and the average came out to be 11% over asking across the total of 36 sales. Now let's take a look at what happened in Springwater during February. There are 32 sales in February with 27 homes likely going into multiple offers. The average sale price ended up being $1,339,219, and the average came out to be 14% over asking of the 32 sales. Getting back to more city-like areas, let's look at Innisfil next. There were 33 total sales in February, with 27 homes likely going into multiple offers. The average sale price ended up being $1,181,333, and the average came out to be 12% over the asking price across 33 total sales. Continuing looking at more southern cities, next up is Bradford, West Gwillimbury. There were 42 sales in February, with 38 homes likely going into multiple offers. The average sale price ended up being $1,490,308, and the average came out to be 13% over the asking across the 42 total sales. And lastly, let's examine the new market data. There were 96 total sales in February, with 80 homes likely going into multiple offers. The average sale price ended up being $1,601,055. And the average came out to be 16% over asking across the 96 total sales. There you have it, the summarized data for 7 of the main cities and towns in Simcoe County, and dipping into the northern part of York region. As you might expect, the prices rose as you went more south, excluding Springwater and Oro-Medonte, as there are more rural areas with larger properties. Despite the inventory rising, we were still seeing a large number of homes going into likely multiple offer scenarios. It's definitely something we'll be tracking going forward, as this could have a noticeable impact on the market in future months. Now, before we end our video, Zach wanted me to leave you with a couple of tips that we think you might find useful. If you're ever wondering about the dimensions of a lot or potentially curious about what the lot looked like in previous years, we have a great site to recommend to you. You'll see it on the screen here. It's an interactive map that lets you look in detail across Simcoe County. Anything from lot sizes to previous history to distance to emergency services, etc. A very handy tool that we use all the time and are constantly recommending to our clients. The second tip we wanted to talk about today: make sure you stay up to date on the insulation levels in your home. A lot of homes are out of date when it comes to insulation in their attics. Something that can happen is if you're lacking insulation, ice can get built up on your roof, and if it's not managed in a timely manner, you can have many issues that happen, including, of course, increased energy costs, excess moisture resulting in mold, frozen pipes, compromised building structures. As of today, the current standard for insulation in Simcoe County is R60. Maybe have somebody come by to check what your R value is in your attic, and what would it cost to significantly upgrade it to the current standards. If you decide to jump into the market and want to work with us, this is the level of detail and information you'll receive if you like this kind of stuff. We won't bore you with it if it's not up your alley. Looking forward to hearing from you. Take good care, and bye for now.